Hello and welcome to Background Investigations Part 3, and this video is going to cover financials. A section of your background investigation for any law enforcement position includes listing down your financials, and there's several areas that you need to be aware that you're going to be having to report. One obviously is your debts. What is the amount of debt that you have incurred? How much money do you owe on credit cards? How much is your car payments? How much do you owe on that car? What is your monthly expenses, etc. And so then they also look at your income. You want to find out how much money you're taking in and how much money is going out to see if you're able to manage your money properly. And so if you're making $1,000, $1,500 a month and you're spending $1,700 a month, obviously it's apparent that you can't manage your money well. And so other things that you need to consider is from the amount of debt to how much you owe. Also, do you have a checking account? Do you have a savings account? And what about your assets? If we're going to be talking about your how much money you are spending, we will also want to find out how much money you're saving. And so we're going to ask you if you have a savings account and a checking account. And we want to see exactly what's listed in there. If you're making $2,000 a month, let's just say, and you're spending $1,200 in liabilities every month, we're talking gas, food, lodging, utilities, your phone, etc., but then you're blowing the rest of the money, it also indicates that you can't manage your money well. And as I mentioned in previous videos, we are going to trust you with a huge amount of responsibility. We want to make sure that you know how to handle your money, how to handle your finances. So that's something for you to consider. If you're not saving at least a few dollars here and there, then you should start saving a few dollars here and there. If you get paid $10, 2 or 3 should go into savings as a buffer, and so forth. And then other area that I wanted to talk about in finances, and that's something that may come up at the same time, is your car insurance registration and also driver's license, because they're going to ask you for some documents to show that your car is currently registered to you. If you're the primary person driving the car, you should be registered to you. If not, then are you making payments to that person who you owe the car to? And if so, are they listed as the legal owner? And your insurance, car insurance, what company do you get your car insurance through? And can you provide proof of insurance coverage for your car? There are some of you out there that are still living with your parents, and so maybe the car is under your parents' name. And then some of you are still living with your parents, and you're living in their home, you're not paying rent, etc. All of a sudden you decide to apply for a full-time law enforcement position. The background investigator is going to want to know if you have some type of responsibility. I mean, you're going to leave home and you're going to become a police officer that doesn't show maturity. And so sometimes, I'm not telling you here to go out and get an apartment or any of that stuff, but maybe paying your parents some money and rents would indicate some maturity, some mature responsibility, some financial obligations that you're meeting as part of your lodging. If you're 25, 26, 27, for example, and you're still living at home, living with family, but you're not paying any money for that lodging, that's going to also come into consideration. It shows that, again, you're not financially stable, you're not responsible, and there's going to be a concern. All of a sudden we're going to give you a full-time law enforcement job, and you're going to have all this responsibility, and how will you manage that, especially when we look at your finances? So to summarize the things that I've covered, look at your assets in terms of how much money you have in savings, look at your liabilities, look at your income, and look at your expenses. You will be required to list all these 4 areas in a law enforcement background packet, and the background investigator is going to be asking you, about credit card debt. So be prepared for it. Lastly, resist the urge to open up new credit card accounts. Don't get tied into these financial plots that basically offer you 10% to open up a credit card account as long as you charge X amount of money. Trust me, unless you're able to pay your credit card bill in full by the end of the month, then you're incurring financial liability, and then you're also increasing your expenses. We're going to look at those 4 areas and see if you're balanced, depending on how much money is coming in, how much money is going out. So please pay specific attention to that. And that concludes this video. Any questions, concerns, email me, and stay tuned for the next part on police background investigations.